Welcome in the sewing room. We're going to do something today. Real quick, easy peasy. I've already got things kind of prepped and ready to go. Yay me! We're going to make a bolster pillow cover. I don't have the bolster for it. I made it a couple weeks ago and it's already been sent to where it belongs. I was waiting on the fabric to make the cover and it finally came in. That's our fabric. It's really pretty. It's soft, feminine, real pretty. I don't know if y'all can see it or not. It's got little green vines and little pink and blue flowers. A little pink stripe. But she wanted it 36 inches. She wanted it long to go all the way across a big bed in the middle. She didn't want a little short one. She wanted a big one. So we're making it 36 inches and it's 7 inches around, okay? Here are our circles for our ends. And to figure out how long you need your piece of fabric to be, you take your circle, 7 inches, 8 inches, whatever, and you multiply that times pi, 3.147, whatever those numbers are that go on forever and ever and ever. You multiply it by that and that gives you the circumference of your circle. Math lesson for today. So, we're going to make us a bolster pillow. Come back, go get your stuff and come back. Get you something to drink, a cup of coffee, glass of wine, some water, iced tea. Iced tea is always good. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Alright, we're ready. I've already got this pressed. On both long ends, I pressed it under and I turned it under again. So I've hemmed it about 1 inch. I'm going to go stitch this down, both sides. Just like this, okay? And then we've got to make us some piping because she wants piping on around the edges. Be pretty that way. And we're going to use this pretty baby blue because that's the color that she chose. All right. And since we know that to go around that is 22 inches and we know that the width of our fabric is 44 inches, we could cut the width of our fabric and then cut it in two. Alright, and I've just got a piece of rope. This is the rope like I make rope bowls with. You can buy stuff that's made for making piping in all various of sundry sizes and widths and circumferences and so forth and so on. But I've got this, and I do not know since Joann's has gone out where to go to buy that. Your local quilt shops don't carry it. I don't know about Hobby Lobby because quite frankly I've never looked. I think Hobby Lobby is trying to carry more things that are geared toward all kinds of sewists and not just your crafty sewers or your quilters. So they may be carrying it now. I don't know. They may have carried it all along. I don't know the answer to that either. But just a piece of rope. This came from Lowe's. It's just cotton rope. All you need is something that's round that you can cover. Okay? That's all you need. And for this, we are going to sew this with a zipper foot because we want to encase it in this fabric. And yes, I cut mine very big because it's easier to cut it down than it is to add back on. Because you want it stitched right here because you want it to pull down good and tight around that rope, just like this. See that? You want it to pull down good and tight. And if you are doing a really long piece, you might want to put this bias. You might want to cut this on the bias, which means at a 45-degree angle from the selvage. That way it stretches, gives you a little bit of stretch in there. And then we're going to make some ties so we can tie it together. And for this, I cut me 2 pieces, the width of my fabric, and I'm going to cut each one of these into 4ths so that gives me actually I'll cut it into halves. I've got one more I can make because I want to have plenty to, in fact I'll sew it then I'll cut it. But what I did for this, I've already got it pressed. You press it like this in half lengthwise. Then you open it up and you press this to the center, you press this side to the center, then you press them back like this. That gives you this nice little piece right here, and you can stitch all the way down this side. Close that up. It's all finished all the way around. Makes you some nice little ties, okay? So I'll meet y'all back over here at the machine and we'll get this pillow put together in no time flat. Okay, so we're going to take this right here. We're going to start with our big piece. We're going to flip that in there and we're just going to sew. Size 14 needle or 12, either one will work. And you just want to hem this. Just flat out straight stitch it right down through there. Alright, we're going to do the other side the same way. We've got our double pressed right here. It's double. Going to flip it in and we're going to sew it right down through here. Just right along that edge. And then we're going to make our piping and our ties. Alright, now then, let's make our piping because that's what we need next. We've got 2 pieces of rope. And for this, we're going to change our foot out because we're going to use our zipper foot. And I think my zipper foot is in here. Right, there it is. And you want to, if you're accustomed to sewing with things on your left, then you want to sew with it on your right. Okay? That's hard for me to describe, but that's kind of, just fold this in half, set it down there, and put your zipper foot right there along that edge. Because you want it to be right there, all the way over, as far as you can get it, so that it makes it nice and tight. All the way down through here. Because we're going to need every little piece of this, and I hope this is long enough. If it's not, well, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to cut me another piece. just like that. And you've made you some piping. Look at there. Going to do it again with this one. And then we've got to stitch that. And we will be stitching this, sewing this with our zipper foot, okay? Our ends will go on with the zipper foot because we need to sew right up next to that edge, okay? And I have also moved my needle to the left so that it's right up against that. All right, here we go. Now then, are y'all ready to put this pillow together? This is how quick this pillow is going to come together. All right, we're going to take this right here. Just one of them. This goes like this to the inside of this. Does not matter where you start and where you stop. But I'm actually going to cut this down to where I have just about 1/4 of an inch so that I can lay it right along the edge and I'll know where it is, okay? So I'm going to take this over there and use my handy dandy little ruler and my rotary cutter and cut. Okay, you can do this all in one step and add this to your circle with your piping in the middle. But since this is a circle and it's a 7-inch circle, it's not real big. It's not a real big circle. To keep this from slipping and sliding, I'm going to go ahead and stitch this to this. That will also let me know if this is long enough. If it is not, I know my rope is, but if my covering is not quite long enough, then I can do this without having to take my whole pillow apart. And what you want to do, you want this to be coming out on the edge of your pillow, okay? The edge of your circle, right like this. And you want it to lay raw edges even, okay? But you want this piece to stick out, okay? Can y'all see that? You want it to come out like that. And then you want to stitch this on here and go very slowly around 1/4 of an inch all the way around, stitching as close to this circle right here as you close to your rope as you can get. Okay? Therefore, you use your zipper foot and you just ease it around through there, just a few stitches at a time. Oh, it just barely fits. Barely fits. I mean, to the tiniest little place. All right, now then, I got to bring this one back over here. Because when I tell you it barely fits, it barely fits. So I need to fix this right here. All right, do you see how that barely fit? I mean, barely fit. All right, let's cut this rope right here. And cut this rope right here. We're going to pull those together. And I'm going to put a little, well, I can't do a zigzag. I can do a zigzag stitch. I'm just going to take that off. And I'm going to put a zigzag stitch right across this right here. All right. Oh, I didn't want that to go back through to that, but it did. It'll be all right. All right, let's do this one. But for this one, I'm going to go ahead and cut this off right here. And I'm going to sew this one on the same way onto the pretty side along the edge with my zipper foot, moving my needle over to the left. So that it will stitch. All right, now then we're just going to straight stitch down through here, our ties, okay? Just straight stitch down through here. Okay, after much ado and ripping out and resewing and ripping out and resewing, I finally got it. These got flipped. I had this one on the top of one end and this one on the top of the other end. So I had to take those out. But I had to redo this whole piece because I sewed it right side to wrong side, and that didn't work. I had it twisted. So there you go. This is why you keep this little tool right here. The most valuable tool other than your sewing machine in your sewing room is something to rip out what your machine puts in. All right, now then, we've just got to add our ties, and they are going to go right along here. And see, this right here will match up all the way around. See how pretty that just lines up across through there? Just as pretty as you please. So we are going to add our ties right here on both sides, and we're going to put them here, and then I'll put one on, put one right here, I'll put one right here, put one here, and put one there. Okay, I'm going to change the foot because we do not need our zipper foot anymore. And you're just going to straight stitch this 2 or 3 times right along there. Just cross and back or cross and back. Just like that. And you want to do it 2 or 3 times so that it will hold very well. And you just need enough to kind of tie a little bow. And then you're going to come down through here and you're going to put another one. You're going to do the same thing right here. And we're going to cut this one right here in half. And we're going to come over through here and we're going to add another one. And no, I'm not measuring this. Not at all. I'm going to add one more right here on this end. And then I'm going to add 4 to the other side at the same place. All right. Let's cut this one about the same length as this one. And then we'll cut this one in 2. And we got one more right here. That's all we need. Alrighty, we got 2 more, 3 more. That's right, 3 more. That's perfect. All right, so this we're going to lay out here, and we're going to see where this is. This is right here in the center of this. So let's lay this one right here. All right, let's see where this one is. This one is right here on this pink line. So we'll put one right there. We need 2 more. How many have I got? I got one right here. I got another piece somewhere. I'll have to cut another little piece. That's okay. I think this one is too long. That's right. It's too long. It needs to be cut in 2. There's our other one. All right, this one is about right here. And this pillow is just about done. I wish I could show it to you already stuffed. I can't because I don't have the stuffings. She's got the stuffings. All right, and right there it is. Our pretty bolster pillow with our piping made with our rope. Pretty blue piping. I'll do it like this, y'all can see it. This is what it looks like. See the ends? Isn't it pretty? I think it came together lovely, lovely, lovely. She can put that in there and tie these up to a little bow. And then she can take this off and wash it when it gets dirty, like all things do. Because I'm sure this will get thrown in the floor every night when she goes to bed. So, I'll put this over there for her to get when she comes in. There you go. There's our bolster pillow cover. We've already made the pillow. Thanks for hanging out with me here in the sewing room. I so love our time together. And I have so much fun with you. I do. And come back again because we've got lots more projects coming. Tons more projects to do. Quilts to make. Things to do with just quilt blocks. I'm going to do another little collage like I did our bunny rabbit. But I'm going to put this one on a shirt. Yes, I am. So come back so you can see that. I'm really excited about that. I just found a picture that I thought would be so really cute to do that way. So just found another picture on the internet. Y'all just find pictures on the internet. Y'all can do all kinds of things. Your imagination is the limit to what you can do. Thanks for hanging out with me. Remember, if you've not already hit that subscribe button, hit that subscribe button. That way, I'll come up on your feeds. You'll see me all the time. And if you hit that notification bell, you will be notified every time I put up a new video. And you won't miss anything that's going on here in the sewing room. Yes. So, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.